Mercy in action, living the compassionate heart of Salesian spirituality. Today, we are invited to gaze into the radiant heart of Salesian spirituality, a heart beating with mercy, the most tender and transformative virtue. Mercy for us as Salesians is not a passive sentiment. It is the active expression of God's love, a love that uplifts, forgives, heals, and transforms. St. Francis says, the saint of gentleness shows us that mercy is the wellspring of holiness and happiness. Let us explore this virtue as it is understood, lived, and proclaimed within our Salesian tradition. And let us ask ourselves, how can we make mercy the melody of our lives and mission? First of all, what is mercy in the Salesian context? Salesian mercy is more than forgiveness. It is a way of seeing and being. It is empathy that springs into action, kindness that seeks out the hurting, and a determination to respond with patience and love even when it is hard. 5 core traits mark Salesian mercy. First of all, compassionate understanding, seeing life from the shores of the other. Like our founder, we are called to recognize pain and respond with tenderness. Gentleness and kindness, never harsh, never proud. Mercy is clothed in humility, patience, and soft words. Forgiveness and reconciliation. Letting go of bitterness to build bridges. Mercy heals wounds, both given and received. Practical assistance. Mercy must wear hands and feet. We help not just with words, but through our time, talents, and treasure. Unconditional love. Seeing everyone through the eyes of God, precious, worthy, and redeemable. Secondly, mercy rooted in our faith. Our mercy flows from our faith in a merciful God. Jesus, the face of mercy. He touched lepers, forgave sinners, wept with mourners, and even on the cross, cried out for forgiveness. He is our model. The Good Samaritan, as we see in Luke 10:25-37. Mercy crosses boundaries. It kneels beside the wounded, pays the price, and returns to care again. The sacrament of reconciliation. The confessional is a mercy fountain. St. Francis de Sales insisted that confession should be gentle, uplifting, and frequent. God's infinite mercy. No one is too far, too broken, or too sinful. This truth urges us to offer mercy to all, knowing we are also in need. Imitating God. St. Francis de Sales reminds us, charity is never idle. Mercy must move from prayer to presence, from devotion to action. Third point for our reflection today, how do we live mercy daily? Salesian mercy shines brightest in the little things. Here is how we can embody it each day. Listen with empathy. Don't rush to correct or counsel. First, listen with the heart. Speak kindly. Words can wound or heal. Choose those that lift up, not those that tear down. Forgive freely. Mercy does not hold grudges. It embraces, forgets, and begins anew. Serve the needy. Visit the sick. Teach the ignorant. Comfort the sorrowful. Let mercy be felt in your hands. Fight injustice. Speak for the voiceless. Where there is oppression, let our presence be a balm and a challenge. Be patient. In community, with the youth, with ourselves, mercy is patient with the slow journey of growth. Pray for others. Intercede. Offer your time in the chapel for the hurting, the lost, the lonely. The fourth point for our reflection, when mercy is challenging. Yes, living mercy is not always easy. The culture of judgment. We live in a time quick to cancel and slow to understand. Be countercultural, lead with love. Compassion fatigue. Constant need can wear us down. We must rest in the heart of Christ to refill our own hearts. Self righteousness. Remember, we too are sinners. Humility makes mercy possible. Let us not grow weary. Formation, prayer, and the example of saints can keep the flame alive. The fifth point for our reflection today, the fruits of Salesian mercy. When we live mercy as St. Francis de Sales envisioned, we reap great fruits, healed relationships. Mercy reconciles and brings peace where walls once stood. Deeper embody. We become more aware of the cries around us and more courageous in responding. Lasting joy. True happiness comes not from being served, but from serving in love. A compassionate church. When mercy becomes our culture, we build a community that truly reflects the gospel. Union with God. Each act of mercy draws us closer to the merciful one himself. The sixth point for our reflection, saints who show us the way. St. Francis de Sales, his gentle dealings with Calvinists, his tireless confessions, and his loving heart still inspire us. Jane Francis de Chantal, her care for the sick and poor made love visible. St. John Bosco, the apostle of youth, practiced daily mercy, educating, guiding, and fathering thousands with Salesian joy. These and many other saints weren't soft. They were courageous, practical, and strong in their gentleness. To conclude, mercy is our mission. Mercy is not an optional virtue in Salesian spirituality. It is our very identity. In a broken world, we are called to be ambassadors of God's tender love. Let us make our communities homes of mercy. Let our words be soaked in understanding. Let our hands reach the poor. Let our hearts remain open always. May we echo the words of St. Francis de Sales, who said, "Let us be what we are and be that well, so that we may bring honor to the master craftsman whose handiwork we are. Let us be merciful. Let us be holy. Let us be Salesian. Live Jesus."